Andy Ruiz says he welcomes a fight against Oleksandr Usyk. You can see here in this video, it was a press conference. Ruiz said, "I'll give you the opportunity for all the belts." Well, in all reality, Andy Ruiz wouldn't be giving Oleksandr Usyk anything because Usyk is the mandatory for one of his belts. So he'll be getting a shot at that belt whether Andy Ruiz wants to give him the opportunity or not. It's not about what Andy wants. It's about what the WBO, hope I didn't say WBA, what the WBO mandates. That's what it is. And I personally think that Andy Ruiz would be a difficult fight for Oleksandr Usyk. I think certain styles are going to be more difficult for Usyk than others. Ruiz, I think, would be a difficult fight because of the fact that his hands are so fast. Even for a cruiserweight, he's got fast hands. I mean, can you think of any opponents of Usyk's at cruiserweight who had faster hands than Andy Ruiz? Tony Bellew's got pretty fast hands. Are they faster than Ruiz's? He doesn't throw, the 5, 6, 7 punch combinations as often as Andy Ruiz does. But punch for punch, in terms of single punch speed, are Bellew's punches faster than Ruiz's? Are they a similar speed? I think Bellew's straight punches, like his straight right hand counter, is probably faster than Ruiz's straight right hand counter. But when Ruiz starts letting go with left and right hooks and what have you, I think he's probably a bit faster than Bellew. But the rest of the guys out there, Breedis, I don't think Breedis' hands are faster than Ruiz's. Gassiev certainly ain't. I don't think Michael Hunter's are. Glavatsky's hands are not as fast as Ruiz. So Ruiz got very fast hands, even if he was a cruiserweight, some fast hands. And he's a good counter puncher on the front foot. And we've seen Oleksandr Usyk have issues with counter punches before, like he did against Tony Bellew and against Maris Breedis. He had issues in that fight as well with Breedis counter punching him. So I personally think it's a tricky fight for Oleksandr Usyk against Andy Ruiz. A fight which I actually think from a technical point of view might be a bit easier. And I know some people are going to go crazy at this, but from a technical point of view, I think the Wilder fight stylistically is a bit easier for Usyk than Ruiz. It's just that Wilder has got that one punch knockout power. So even if he's getting outboxed by Usyk for 10 good rounds, it only takes one good shot from Deontay Wilder to not necessarily end the fight, but certainly change the fight, if not end it. So that's one thing Wilder does have. But if you just look at the skills, if you look at the strengths and weaknesses and the styles of both men, I think that from a boxing perspective, Usyk would have more success against Wilder than he would have against Andy Ruiz. Because with Wilder, you just got to look out for that big right hand. And he does telegraph it quite often. Sometimes he doesn't, but a lot of the time he does. And because he struggles with his coordination, foot movement, as we saw in the Artur Spilka fight, can throw his range off Deontay Wilder. Make it difficult for him to feel confident to let go of the right hand with full power. And that's with the foot movement. And if you're going to employ head movement as well, like Tyson Fury did or like Eric Molina did in spots, makes it even more difficult for Deontay Wilder. So, but like I say, Andy Ruiz, if he was to beat Usyk, I don't think it would happen with one punch. But with Deontay Wilder, if he didn't beat Usyk with one punch, he could certainly completely change the complexion of the fight with one punch. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Andy Ruiz saying that he'll give Usyk the opportunity to fight for all the belts, or he's WBO mandatory. But will Ruiz even be able to keep hold of that WBO belt? I'm not just talking about will he be able to beat AJ, but even after that, how forceful are the WBO going to be? Would they permit a Ruiz-Wilder unification to happen before pushing their mandatory upon Andy Ruiz? Would they give him some time? Would they not? And same goes for the IBF, of course. Now, the IBF mandatory is Kubrat Pulev. He's with Bob Arum, ESPN. And they tend to be very forceful when it comes to, enforcing their mandatories. They don't really have much time for stalling or promoters trying to sweet talk them or anything like that. They tend to be really militant about enforcing their mandatories. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out.